Hello everybody, welcome back to another Bitcoin video. In this video we're going to discuss if price is going to go below 20,700 and potentially even go below 17,000, or is this just a temporary sort of dip and we're going to go higher. Now before I dive into it, I just want to mention about the AOC Academy. This is a new cohort program that I just released a day ago, and in fact we just went through the onboarding yesterday. Now the people who are in here have absolutely been loving it. In fact, I've never seen this much community engagement ever. And for those who still want to get in, this is basically a program that is going to help you fix everything that is causing you to lose. Basically, you go through this program, you will have everything you need in order to succeed in trading. We are going to work with you in order to develop your trading system, your unique trading strategy, and help you master that. And by the end of the 30 days, basically you won't have any more confusion, and I promise you will never liquidate your account ever again. Now, if that sounds good to you, I want you to go to the description box below. The next class starts tomorrow, and I'm going to be closing signups tomorrow because I want everybody to be on the same page so that I can help everybody. And man, the community in here is crazy. Like, don't hear it from me. I'm going to be posting a bunch of positive feedback on the Twitter, so definitely stay tuned for that. And at this point, you might be wondering, do I need another online course to learn something that you can learn for absolutely free online? To that I say, if you want to go ahead and spend hundreds of hours trying to figure out the things that work, or if it's absolute total BS, and in the process lose thousands of dollars trying to figure things out, or maybe you could just invest in this program and save yourself all that time and all of that money and basically be set. I don't know about you, but one definitely sounds much more valuable to me than the other. But anyways, I'm gonna dive into the video right now. I'm so sorry for that extended intro. The classes officially start tomorrow, and I'm sort of trying to make one last push to get everybody in before it starts. So Bitcoin, before I even get into like the levels that you should be paying attention to, as I usually do, I want to talk a little bit about the Federal Reserve, because the Federal Reserve last Wednesday, I believe, the FOMC meeting did not yield anything particularly bearish, and yet the price is going down like nobody's business, and which is weird because the interest rate hikes sort of stopped. The CPI report went from 9.1% to 8.5%. So generally, if you look at it from that perspective, everything seems to be bullish. In fact, I was hoping that it would hit my TP2 at 28,700. And by the way, congratulations to everyone who took me advice on going long at this point to this point anywhere here. And I said the price would at least, at the minimum, go to 24,650 before it did any kind of significant retrace. This is exactly what we got. I was hopefully expecting price to go over to TP2, but that didn't happen. And going back to the Fed, even though they did nothing particularly bearish, you must still remember that we are in an era of what is known as quantitative tightening at the moment, where the Federal Reserve is actively removing the money supply out of the system, and it's making it really hard for people to borrow money. That is going to affect Bitcoin as well as other risk-on assets like crypto, like stocks, like equity markets. So if you find things just not moving the way you want it to, it is perfectly normal. We are in a time right now that Bitcoin has never went through in its entire history before. So a little bit weird, probably why. But here I am, I'm still going to give you trades that you can take in order to make money profitably for yourself, and even in these times of, well, even in these hard times. Firstly, I want you to completely disregard this trend line. This is sort of just for me to visualize things for you. Immediately, I want your eyes peeled to this level right here at $20,700, because this over here is a previous daily swing low, and this is the target that I believe Bitcoin will take out first before any significant moves higher. Now, I was right about this. I was right about this. I was right about the fact that it was filling in the FVG and going up today. Now, am I going to be right about this one again? Well, I can't say that I am 100% certain, but you should never be 100% certain about anything in crypto, because it's all a game of probabilities. All I'm saying is that the probability of us going to 20,700 for a significant up move is going to be much likely compared to if we just go straight out from here. But doesn't mean that that will not happen. So what you want to do right now is I want you to go mark out this level right here at 21,800. Now, this level is known as a daily swing high. And the reason why I bring this up is because if we go up right now, 21,800, and we take out that previous swing high, that means that we have broken structure again on the daily chart. And this is, well, this is going to be another restart of another up move, hopefully towards 28,720. So if that level gets taken out, immediately I want you to look for a retrace in on Bitcoin anywhere here, maybe on a trendline retest. If you want to draw that trend line, you can just draw it from the daily chart. 1, 2, 3. So maybe now it's going to be sort of more like this, but either way, it doesn't change the fact that if you break that high and come back down for a retest and then continue on to take that high, boy, you are going to 28,700. But if you don't, I believe that the first level, right? If you don't take out this high, the first level that you should look for in order to look for a long is going to be 20,700. That is the key level. And once that gets taken out, I'm going to be making another video. Or you can follow me at my Twitter at _the_art_of_crypto. That's where I'm going to be sharing the updates. If this level gets taken out and the market switches to a bullish stance, that is going to be the first place that you're going to be hearing of me talk about the fact that, hey, it's time to get in. But otherwise, I'm definitely going to be making another video about that, so stay subscribed. And immediately, I know there are a lot of concerns about price just going back into a bear market. You know that saying where in a bear market, price tends to go up the stairs but take the elevators down? This is sort of what we're seeing right now. So I'm going to use a bit of macroeconomics to back up this theory a bit. So currently the Fed is committing to slowing down the interest rate hikes over the next 3 months. This is the first month, so we are probably going to have another 2 months where the interest rate hikes are going to slow down. Does that mean that all of a sudden we are back into a bull market? No, but very least there is room for relief, because when the Fed is bumping up interest rates so freaking high every single month, it makes it really hard for people to get access to money. It makes people really defensive, and they are not going to want to invest into a risk-on market like Bitcoin when times are so dangerous, looks so precarious, so risky. So when the Fed is slowing it down, that's one positive sign for us to possibly imagine that there might be some relief, probably up to the high 20k, my TP2 at 28,700. And just to add a little bit more confidence to that, the CPI report was 9.1%, but it dropped to 8.5% just in the last FOMC meeting. And that is bullish signs, right? I'm not sure if the downtrend is going to continue. If I'm being honest, I'm pretty sure it's not going to continue going down. But at least now the bulls can come back and say like, hey, perhaps inflation has peaked. And if inflation has peaked, that leaves better market conditions for assets to move higher. And the other reason that I mentioned about inflation and interest rates is because of this chart right here called the DXY. It's really important when you're trading Bitcoin to take a look at the DXY. If there's one pro tip you take away from today's video, it's going to be this one. Bitcoin is inversely correlated to the DXY. If the DXY is going up, then Bitcoin's going down, exactly as you've seen over here. Notice how when DXY was going down, let me just pull up a chart of Bitcoin on the side, and you can see this in full effect. So if I just go onto the daily chart, right there, notice how when the DXY was going down, right? I want you to follow along. DXY was going down, look at how Bitcoin's going up. The moment DXY goes up, Bitcoin goes down. Now, the reason for this is because DXY stands for the US dollar currency index. This is a really good chart for you to base your analysis on whenever you are trying to predict where Bitcoin's going to go. And the reason why I bring up interest rates is because the higher the interest rates go for the USD, the stronger USD is going to be. And Bitcoin is, well, paired against USD. So you can imagine that USD goes up, Bitcoin goes down, right? This works for almost every asset class that is paired to the USD. Why you see, for example, stocks, when the DXY goes up, stocks don't really do too well either. And of course, all of this is kind of just a blanket statement, but what I am trying to say is if we take a look at the DXY and we go onto the weekly chart, you can see that DXY is really closing in on this key level right here on the weekly chart, which means essentially once DXY hits this one, we finally are going to have room for Bitcoin to go on a relief rally. You understand this? This is not a daily level. This is a weekly level. Currently, that weekly level sits at about 110 points on the DXY, which also means that if you are holding on to a lot of USD, if you are involved in Forex or stuff, it would be a very good time to start cashing out that USD and turning it into other assets, such as the euro, right? The USD euro has been absolutely taking a hit, and it would be a super good time to be converting your USD into euros at the moment. But I hope that gives you a little bit of insight as to what is going on and why I don't believe that there is a lot of ammo for the bears to really take down Bitcoin. Because, well, interest rates are slowing down. Inflation is probably going to be going down a little. As interest rates slow down, DXY is going to start slowing down. And it just so happens that DXY is really close to a weekly level at the moment. And once it takes it out, that I don't see any reason why Bitcoin is going to continue downwards. So this is, in my opinion, just a temporary stop in the market. This is just a temporary pause in the market in order to either shake out some people, just clear some liquidity. And you know how the market makers like to do things. They always want to confuse the most people. They want to take as much money as possible. And the way they do this is by oscillating the markets between very key levels and then oscillating again. And this is, retail was looking at this, they would probably be thinking, oh hey, this looks like a expanding wedge or whatever that thing is. But in reality, it's all just one big game of liquidity. The sooner you understand that, the more, well, that's when you start becoming profitable. So understand that this is just one big liquidity game. The markets are just really, really risky at the moment, but stop being so hard. Like, the market conditions are going to improve shortly, especially over the next 2 to 3 months. So I'm still of the idea that we see some kind of a relief back to 28k. We might not get it depending on how market conditions change, but I will be sure to every single week giving you guys the most up-to-date information, especially based on the market makers and macroeconomics. So if you want to see more of that, make sure you like this video and subscribe to the channel. And remember to join the AOC Academy. This is like the people who are in it. I'm going to give you so much value. I'm going to make sure you succeed. And if you've taken a load of programs before and you just find it so complicated and you don't really want to go through the program because it's so overwhelming and there's no accountability, there's no mentors. If you just want something simple that works and that we're going to hold you accountable to, this is going to be the place for you. And it just so happens that the community is absolute bomb and people are having a blast over here. So make sure you join this before tomorrow, 1 p.m. GMT. Right, I think the timer is set wrong. The next session is going to be tomorrow at 1 p.m. GMT. So make sure you secure your spot before then. For now, may the gains be with you, my friends, and peace.